Yes.
We're good to go.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the June 15th Perinton Town Board meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and we're going to start with our Pledge of Allegiance led by Miss Sarah Masterson.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay. First, I'll start by saying that this town board meeting is recorded and may be transcribed utilizing AI. I'll start with introductions. I'm Jen Townsend, Town Supervisor, and I'll start with my board up here with me. We have Councilman Dave Masterson, Councilwoman Emily Mishler, Councilman Mike Foligno, and Councilwoman Meredith Stockman-Broadbent, and Town Clerk Andrew Gilchrist. At the staff table, we have Finley Driscoll, our Town Board Student Representative, Melissa Martins, an Executive Assistant to Town Supervisor, Mike Dozer, Director of Planning, Jeff Nutting, Commissioner of Recreation and Parks, Chris Mueller, our Volunteer Board Coordinator, and Brian Dick, our Director of Finance, Jason Kennedy, Commissioner of Public Works, and Attorney to the Town, John Mancuso. Okay, first we'll start off with our meeting minutes from June 1st. You all should have received a copy of the meeting minutes. Does anyone have any questions or discussion? Seeing none, can I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes as presented?
So moved.
All right, Masterson, second.
Second.
Foligno, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes. Next is the audit. Has the Finance Committee had a chance to review the audit materials?
I have. All is in order. Thank you, Director of Finance Brian Dick, Clerk Gilchrist, and everyone in the clerk's office and department heads.
Great. Can I have a motion to approve the audit?
So moved.
Second.
Mishler, Foligno, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up, monthly reports. You should have all have received the monthly reports. Does anyone have any questions or comments for those as presented? No, seeing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Mishler, Stockman Broadbent, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes. Okay, first up on our agenda, we have a recognition this evening. Tonight, we are honoring Mr. James Fasanella for his extraordinary service to the town of Perinton through his work on the Historic Architecture Commission. Normally, and what we will also be doing this year is having a volunteer board dinner, but I thought it was important to have our town board have the opportunity to say thank you as well, and have that be publicly made at the town level, because serving on volunteer boards is not easy, especially the Historic Architecture Commission. Mr. Fasanella served for 39 years, if I'm correct, starting in 1987 through this year. So nearly 4 decades, he's brought his deep knowledge, thoughtful leadership, and commitment to the character and history of our community. This is no small commitment. It's real work, and it takes time, and it can sometimes be very challenging. Jim, your work has helped protect and strengthen Perinton's historic resources in a way that will continue to benefit residents for generations. At this time, I'd like to invite the chair of the Historic Architecture Commission, Mike Montalto, to come forward to say a few words.
Good evening.
Thank
Mike
you.
Montalto, the chairperson for Historic Architecture Commission. This evening, we come together to honor Jim Fasanella for his 39 years of service to the town of Perinton's Historic Architecture Commission. Jim was one of the founding members of the Historic Architecture Commission, whose years of service have helped shape and preserve our community's character. Jim represents the last of the original founding members serving on the commission. Jim was instrumental in contributing to the establishment of the districts within the town and the code and the ordinance. Throughout the years, Jim has brought commitment, passion, practical judgment, a calm demeanor, and integrity to every application and decision. I am proud to have had the opportunity to have served alongside Jim for the last 22 years. We also acknowledge the support of his family, especially his wife Linda, as they have made this commitment possible. His service to the community has racked up over 400 meetings, oftentimes with more than one project on an agenda. I did the math, it's 468. Jim rarely missed meetings. We did have some reductions during COVID or whatever. So
Wow.
again, well over 400 meetings, thousands of hours of service. So on behalf of the commission, myself, and the entire community, we want to offer our deepest gratitude and appreciation. Wish you the best in a well-earned retirement from service, and thank you for leaving a lasting impact for generations to come. Best wishes to his family, friends, and on his travels.
Thank you very much, Mr. Montalto. Jim, if you don't mind, I'd like to have you come up so we can present you with a commemorative plaque.
You guys gotta get in front of the town of Perinton logo. You can get in front of the town of Perinton logo right here. Yeah, this is about him, not us. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Jim, thank you so much. Thank you. Great job.
Absolutely. Oh, we'd love it if you did, please.
Jim Fasanella, former member, Historic Architecture. I want to leave you with a smile. And so when I got on the board at Jim Smith's request 39 years ago, I told him that I hope to serve him long enough to be declared a historic landmark in the town. And she needed 50 years. I didn't quite make it, but there's another criteria that has something to do with historic character. And I am a character and I am historic. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank all the board for voting on me the years, Jim's and Karen's and Mike Barker's. Thank the current board for the recognition. I appreciate it. And thank Mike and Phil and Tim and Jim Rasley and the other people that have been with me through the travel. So thank you again.
Thank you, Judge. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
I would say you earned it on designation of local importance and significant local contribution.
There we go. Okay, next on the agenda is the appointment of a new finance director for the town of Perinton. Okay, as many of you know, this comes as we prepare for the upcoming retirement of our current finance director, Brian Dick. I want to take a moment to acknowledge that transition and the importance of this role. The finance director is responsible for overseeing the town's financial operations, including budgeting, reporting, and long-range planning. Earlier this spring, the town conducted a thorough search for this position, receiving more than 30 applications. A committee made up of members of administration, finance, and human resources interviewed candidates and has unanimously recommended Matthew Ball for the role. Matthew is a certified public accountant with more than 10 years of experience in New York State municipal finance. He brings a strong background in budgeting, financial reporting, compliance, and internal controls, along with experience working closely with local government leadership. He's also a Perinton resident, which gives him an added connection to the work and the community that he'll be serving. We are confident that Matthew's experience, leadership, and ability to communicate complex financial information will clearly will make him a strong asset to our town team. Is there any board questions or discussion?
First, I would like to thank Director of Finance Brian Dick for all of your years of service here. Our town is in don't want to get it wrong, but very high tier credit rating, bond capacity. He has introduced independent third party audits and wait, I want to say like 3 square, 3 corner. What is our,
Star?
3+1? Thank you. Which is again, an independent metric. I was, 75% of the way there. Just innovative, new software and accounting to keep up with the technology for it, how we can access, how we can see budgets in real time, how department heads and town administration can collaborate quickly and very effectively and efficiently for taxpayers as well. And so we can all do it kind of remote. Everyone can see it at the same time. He has just been a wealth of knowledge. When I first joined the board, as a member of the finance committee and working with them, the way that each month we've got a very robust analytics of our town finances, of all of the revenues that come in, whether it's taxpayer money that are here, any grants, all of the expenditures, department heads, every single thing from a $5.70 washer that we need at Fairport Hardware, all the way up to road equipment or the asphalt that we get is independently checked and signed off on by no less than 3 people and sometimes 5. And with all of the supporting documents that are stapled together, alphabetized for me. And also I want to give a big shout out to the clerk's office as well. Shelley O'Hearn, deputy clerk, Amanda, also in the clerk's office. And from before that, it makes it really transparent, well organized, and you can tell the amount of effort that everyone puts in. Volunteer boards, director of finance, all of our department heads, all of our staff from the top down, and anyone can go online and take a look. When it's usually a matter of formality where agenda item number 4 tonight of the monthly audit and review, and I sit down and take a look. And sometimes I have to come in right from my day job, but to get it done, and they do it in a way that anyone can go onto the town website and take a look. There is the info packets they can find, or stop into the clerk's office, and anyone can review. And I don't have a finance background, but I can understand it. And you can see where it comes in, how it's allocated in the planning, and it's just a testament to the work and the service that he's given. And I hope you enjoy your retirement. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And to be clear, we are not saying goodbye to Brian Dick just yet. We're holding on to him for a little bit longer.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
He will.
And for the next meeting, I will be bringing a budget amendment that allow me to continue to work and help in this transition. So thank you.
Okay, I guess that's a really good transition point, right, Brian? I mean, your expertise is just so invaluable. So, for how long will we have Brian to sort of coach and work alongside Mr. Ball?
We're working through the details now, but we're hoping Brian will stick around to help us get through this budget season. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can echo Councilman Felino's sentiments 100%. Mr. Deck, you have just been, just so easy to work with. Your demeanor, some of these questions are complex and how to answer them, and you always make us feel welcome. And there's never a question that is, a silly question. You make us feel very comfortable in asking anything that we're just not quite sure of. So just got such a great demeanor. It's been really enjoyable to be on the finance committee. Can you believe I'm saying that?
Well, no, thank you very much. And this really has been a pleasure. And working in this capacity, it's really, I've enjoyed this greatly.
I'll save all my comments about Brian for later because I feel like I would talk too long about Brian.
We will have another opportunity.
This is not,
Okay.
yeah.
It's just warm up.
Just warm up.
But I do want to say I've heard such great things about Matthew from Brian, from the staff who were involved in interviewing, from other people. So we're really excited to have him on board. And as board members, we talk with the public a lot, and they notice things, about us, about the staff, and you have the community's trust, Brian. People really trust you. And I know that they will continue to trust Matthew with their tax dollars, with their finances, and make sure things are really run. You've really established such a great relationship with the community. So thank you for that. And we'll say more things later.
And there will be overlap. So this will be effective July 6th for Matthew to start, but it'll be still Brian doing stuff and Matthew's, we're going to ease him in. Thankfully, Brian will be there to help get him up to speed. So we're hoping a smooth transition from one to the other. Dave, I hope I didn't cut off if you're okay. Any more discussion or?
I just would like to also echo everything that was said tonight. But Brian, I'm a new town board member, and when we first met, you welcomed me with, open arms and were able to answer questions that made it simple for me to understand. You do your job well, and we all know you love to do your job. So best of luck, and we're going to miss you.
Yeah. Okay, with that said, I will entertain a motion to appoint Matthew Ball to the position of Finance Director for the town, effective July 6, 2026, at an annual salary and benefits according to town policy and in the memo provided.
So moved.
Second.
Did you get those? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just
Hey.
want to say to Matthew as well, I look forward to working with you on the finance committee.
Yeah.
Mr. Ball? Is he
Not here.
today?
Not here. Maybe zooming in.
Okay.
Okay, so next on the agenda is a personnel matter with our assessor's office. So as we've discussed before, filling real property appraiser positions has become increasingly challenging across New York State due to retirements and fewer people entering this field. This role is critical to the work of the assessor's office with responsibility for reviewing and valuing a wide range of properties across the town. In August of 2024, David Harrison joined the town as a part-time real property appraiser following a vacancy in the department. Over the past 2 years, he has demonstrated a strong work ethic, attention to detail, and a positive professional approach in working with both colleagues and residents. David is also a New York State certified residential real estate appraisal and has decades of experience in this field. Based on his performance and the needs of the department, the recommendation before us is to advance David from part-time to a full-time real property appraiser position. Are there any questions or any discussion necessary? No? Okay, at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve advancing David M. Harrison to the full-time position of real property appraiser effective June 22nd, 2026, as laid out to the memo in the board and in accordance with town policy. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Emily, Meredith, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that moves or passes. Okay, next up, we have a public hearing for our senior tax exemption. Next, okay, let's see. There's a proposed update to Article 2 of the Town Code, also known as our Senior Citizens Tax Exemption Law. This change raises the maximum income level used to qualify for the exemption, increasing it from $29,000 to $50,000. In more practical terms, this means that more of our senior residents will be eligible for tax relief, and it better reflects today's cost of living. The structure of the program itself isn't changing. It will continue to use the sliding scale so that the level of exemption adjusts based on income. Overall, this is about making sure that we are supporting the older residents who want to stay in their homes and continue to be part of our community. At this time, I will open it up to Assessor Pickering to say a few words and provide more information than I did.
Thank you and good evening. So the proposal before you tonight would be raising the senior citizens exemption income level for receiving a 50% exemption from 29,000 up to 50,000 for a 50% exemption. The town has already adopted the sliding scale option to allow the percentage of exemption to increase up to 65% and down as low as 5%. So with this adoption, and this is for town taxes only, it does not affect the county or the school. They have to adopt their own levels. For the town taxes, a senior citizen would be able to make up to $47,000 and still receive a 65% exemption. And then they would go into a sliding scale. And the more you make, the less of an exemption there is up until 57,500, between 57,500 and 58,400, where you'd receive a 5% exemption. Any questions on that portion?
I do have one, or do you first? Because we provide assessments for the village as well, did the village adopt this new sliding scale, or where does the village seniors?
The village is at the $50,000 or 50,000 income level, just like we're going to be hopefully adopting tonight. But they have not adopted the 65% scale. They are still only at the 50% maximum.
So this would give a greater level of relief for seniors living in the town. 65% versus 50?
Well, the 65% that would be town taxes across the town, including the village.
Okay. So they would still get that as on the town portion of that bill.
Correct.
Okay. And then one other question, I actually meant to ask it at the previous one. I will save for workshop. Thank you.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's not relevant.
Okay, also presented before you tonight would be a second change to the local law, which would eliminate or cause the IRA distributions, the taxable IRA distributions, to be considered income when qualifying for an exemption. This would would allow the people who really need the exemption to receive the exemption. I think that's all I have to say on that part.
Before I open it up to the public for the public hearing, any other questions from the town board? Okay. Anybody here would like to speak on this? I should have opened it at the beginning, but I forgot. So yeah, opening for public comment portion of the public hearing.
7:04, public hearing opens.
Okay. Anybody? Anyone? No? Okay. So seeing no one has. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No one's raised their hand.
No one's raised their hand. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. Okay. If not, then do I close the public hearing then? All right. I don't think so. I don't need to. No. All right. Seeing no one else wants to speak, I'll close the public hearing and I'll bring it back to the board. If there's no comments, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the proposed amendments to Article 2 of the Town Code, increasing the maximum level for the senior citizens tax exemption to 50,000 and also making the adjustment regarding the IRA income being considered income. Two, Stefan Broadbent. Second, Masterson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries.
Just a quick question. How will this information be distributed to our seniors? Or have we probably haven't even thought that far ahead, or it's such great information to be
Yeah,
shared.
well, I think that's a good question in the sense of making sure that we get it out to folks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that we're communicating it.
Yeah, this will be included in all letters that go out to the renewal people, but whoever doesn't have the exemption at this point would not know about it. So
Is there a time limit that they need to know and act on?
they would have to apply for next year's roll before March 1st of 2027.
Okay. So there's a good point. We'll probably do a social push or put it in something to notify
And a
people.
good quarterly article.
And a quarterly article. Good point.
Right. So also the county has been at that 50,000 level for 3 years now. So there's not really going to be any new people who are going to qualify. There's going to just, because they already have the county exemption,
They'll also
they're just
get
going to
additional
qualify
time.
for the town exemption as well.
So
So
an automatic opt-in, if they are currently qualified through the county, it would just carry over once this passes?
Correct.
Okay,
yep.
That's wonderful.
think better.
Thank you very much. Okay, now just a quick update on the permissive referendum for the Perinton Park Court project. That filing period is now closed, so no petition was received. So at this point, the resolution is in effect and we are able to move forward with the project. Next on the agenda is a request from our Recreation and Parks Department to enter into 2 municipal agreements with the Fairport Central School District. The town and the district partner on a number of programs throughout the year, and these 2 agreements help support some of our important summer programming. The first is for the Better Together program. This is a really meaningful program that provides children with disabilities an opportunity for education, socialization, and recreation in an inclusive setting. Participants spend part of their day in a classroom setting with district teachers and part of their day integrated into our summer camps program. The second agreement is for transportation services. The school district provides buses and drivers for a variety of town recreation programs, including summer camp, field trips, and senior outings, which has worked very well over the past several years. Both of these agreements follow the same general structure as in prior years and have been reviewed by the town attorney. Commissioner Nutting, I'll defer to you if there's anything you'd like to add.
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Okay. Any board discussion on this?
Just curious. So the classroom lessons are in the schools or are they here at town hall?
Yeah, so the Better Together program is at Jefferson Avenue School,
Okay.
which is the same location as their typical elementary summer school and our summer camp program.
Okay, great. Thanks.
As a parent, our daughter Sarah once attended this when she was younger, and I can say that it's a fantastic program. She has aged out and taken on some other programs, but the facilities and the members that make this run, back when she was taking it, were outstanding. I don't know who's in the facilities part of it now, but it's definitely a wonderful program for these kids to have. Right, Sarah?
Thumbs up.
Dave.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. Okay, if there's no more questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion to authorize. Anybody else? Authorize the supervisor to enter into municipal agreements with Fairport Central School District for the Better Together program and for transportation services. Do I have a motion? All right, Masterson,
Second.
Stockman, Broadbent, all in favor? Aye. That carries. Okay, next on the agenda is a request from our Recreation and Parks Department regarding the proceeds from a recent equipment auction. Back in April, the board approved the surplus and sale of certain parks equipment through a municipal auction. That auction has now been completed and generated $53,166 in total proceeds. The request before us tonight is to accept those funds and transfer them into the park's capital equipment account. This allows those dollars to be reinvested into future equipment needs for the department. To do that, we also need to approve a few related budget amendments, specifically increasing the sale of equipment line, increasing the transfer to other funds, and increasing the transfer to the capital account to reflect the full amount of the proceeds. Is there any board discussion on this? All right, seeing none, at this time, I'll enter a motion to authorize the acceptance of auction proceeds totaling $53,166 and to approve the associated budget amendments as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Mishler and Felino, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. All right, we got a lot of things on our agenda tonight. We are number 13. Okay, next up is a request from our Department of Public Works to authorize drainage system repair works. This relates to an existing stormwater system that serves the Lancashire Hills neighborhood. That system ultimately discharges into a ravine area behind homes in the old Stonefield Way neighborhood and continues through Powder Mill Park before reaching around Iroquois Creek. Over the past several years, residents have raised concerns about increased erosion in that ravine area, and the town has already taken steps to address parts of the system, including repairs that were completed in 2022, but concerns have continued. Following additional engineering evaluation, we've identified a solution that would redirect the town's stormwater away from the ravine entirely and into an adjacent system. This approach is intended to reduce ongoing erosion and better protect surrounding properties. The work is ready to move forward, and Public Works is recommending that we proceed using an existing construction contract along with in-house work where possible to help control costs. Funding for this project is already included in the 2026 budget. DPW plans to utilize Villager Construction via their general repair and construction contract with Monroe County to do the main sewer work at an estimated cost of $75,000. And additionally, we plan to self-perform trucking and roadway restoration at an estimated $15,000. We estimate the total cost of work, including a 10% contingency, will be $100,000. Commissioner Kennedy, do you have anything to add?
Not at this point. Thank you.
Okay, any board discussion or questions? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the DPW to proceed with the drainage system repair work as described in the memo provided.
Don't move.
Hey.
Second.
Bellino and Mishler.
Two of my favorite things.
They are this.
Plumbing and fishing together. Let's make both better.
All in favor? Aye, that carries.
I can see the relief on some folks' faces out in the audience, so.
Right. Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay, next up is a request from our Department of Public Works to authorize bidding for a generator maintenance and repair contract. The town maintains a number of emergency generators across our facilities, including Town Hall, Public Works, and several of our sanitary sewer pump stations. These generators are critical to ensuring continuity of operations, especially during power outages. Our current maintenance contract, which was awarded in 2021, is set to expire at the end of this month. This request allows us to rebid that contract so we can continue to properly maintain and service this equipment. The proposed contract would run for 1 year with the option to renew annually for up to 4 additional years with board approval. Is there any discussion on this? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the DPW to solicit bids for the, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep, go ahead, Dave.
Jason, is there a scope of work that will be included in the contract of what they will be performing on these generators for the maintenance?
Yes, so the contract has unit pricing that addresses several basic maintenance, preventive maintenance items, and then also a rate-based bid so that should we run into things that require, repair or whatnot outside of the scope, that we can accommodate that at the established low bid rate plus cost of materials and or parts.
Do you know if they load bank these generators, meaning running them under full load for amount of time?
I can speak to the couple of generators, the two fixed generators located at DPW. They are on a test run. They run weekly.
Okay.
I'd have to confirm if simulates a full load condition or not. I believe that it does. We also have the generator here that serves Town Hall, Perinton Community Center, and then we have, I think we have upwards of 13 fixed generators at various pump stations. So they all are on auto run cycles because to make sure that they work properly.
Exercise,
that we exercise routinely. I'd have to confirm exactly what the parameters of those run cycles are regarding the load, but the idea is to make sure they work when we need them.
And are most of them propane or diesel, or what is the ratio? Do you know that?
So the units at DPW are diesel, self-contained diesel. Believe it or not, we didn't have the ability, they didn't have the gas pressure down on Cobb Lane when the facility was constructed in 2007. The 13 or so pump station units, a majority of them are natural gas.
Okay.
We like to do that where we can. There are a handful of them that are self-contained diesel due to the lack of availability of gas. And I'm sorry, I can't honestly speak to Town Hall, but and then the portable ones certainly, run on diesel. Yeah, those are the ones we run around. God forbid we have a failure somewhere that doesn't have emergency power.
So I'm not an expert, but I do recommend that the generators get some type of load bank done to them. It just makes them use a lot better when they actually are needed. So if that's an option, that would be wonderful. I would recommend it.
Good. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right. Okay. Where did I leave off? Okay, now we got to vote. All right. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to authorize DPW to solicit bids for the generator preventative maintenance and repair contract.
So moved.
All right. Mr. Masterson and second, Stockman Broadbent, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Okay, I think this is not our last one. Okay. Next up is a request for an order for hearing related to Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center located at 4646 9 Mile Point Road, which used to be the Fairport Baptist Home. This request would begin the process of amending the existing special use permit. The goal is to separate the current approval into two, a modified special use permit for the skilled nursing facility and a new special permit for the existing senior apartments known as the Land Acres. The proposal also includes a two-lot subdivision of the property, which will involve a coordinated review process, including Planning Board, Zoning Board of Appeals, and Town Board actions. At this time, I'd like to ask our Town Planner, Mike Dozer, do you have any more details on this that you could provide to the board?
Essentially, it's existing property we're subdividing, or they're proposing to subdivide the two properties, DeLand Acres, from the skilled nursing facility, which was known as Fairport Baptist Home, is now Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center. The new owners of Fairport Rehab and Skilled Nursing plans to sell off DeLand Acres because that's not part of their core business, essentially. And that's all we have.
Great. Thank you. Questions or discussion?
So I do have a couple questions, but I don't know if they're directed to the property owner or to Mr. Dozer, or how will they be in front of us at a certain time?
Yeah, so we're
or-
going to do an order for hearing, so they'll be in front of us during the public hearing. But you're welcome to ask questions now if you want to.
I
If they're specific to the property owner, probably not, but.
So I think, Mike, Mr. Dozer answered one of them primarily, with the reason why they were going to subdivide it, and they're looking to sell the DeLand condos or apartments. or
Yeah,
whatever they are.
Let's see, 12 townhome buildings. DeLand Acres is made up of 12 townhome buildings
Okay,
totaling 42 units.
okay,
And so the reason why the request was to subdivide the property, but the special use permit that Fairport Baptist Home originally took out includes DeLand Acres. So you have to have a special use permit for the two new owners, or one new owner and the prospective owner, and we're amending the existing Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center. So that's why this is in front of the town board, because essentially we're amending one special use permit, and we're adding another special use permit, and all of this is contingent on the lead agency, prospectively the planning board, approving the subdivision. And should that not go through, then the special use permit would not go through as well. So it's an intricate process, but that's why the coordinated review is required.
so I'm imagining right now there's one tax ID number for the 18.5 acres, right?
That's right.
So will a new tax ID number need to be established for the Fairport Baptist Home, as we all still call it, maybe, or?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know that part of the code, but that's not my,
I think Mr. Mancuso can help us out here. There you go.
My expectation would be is if the planning board were to grant subdivision approval, then yes, both of those parcels would have new tax identification numbers and be separated
Okay.
for tax purposes.
So tell me one more time about, it indicates that there is already a SUP permit, and what are they using that for?
yeah, the special use permit is issued under the Public Buildings and Grounds provision of the code, which allows for senior apartments and also skilled nursing facilities. And so that requires anybody proposing that type of use to get a town board special use permit to allow that use in that particular zoning. And so Fairport Rehab and Fairport Rehab and Nursing is using it to obviously to operate a nursing facility, and the Land Acres, they would be operating it to use senior or to have senior apartments being, operating on the property. So nothing would change essentially except the ownership.
The Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center, is that run with the state, or is it state funded, or do you know the background behind that?
That's a for-profit, it's regulated by the state, but it's a for-profit company.
Okay. Is there a contract expiration date on something like that, or how does that work generally?
Once they have a special use permit that's been operating, essentially it would operate in permanency, I would suppose.
All right. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Oh, I got one or two. So what they're saying, this is mostly for Attorney Mancuso. They're not planning any new developments or anything. A lot of the last couple of years, people hear special use permits and they think a change of use or a subdivision. We're going from 5 acres. Someone wants to build something new. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most likely the current ownership group of the entire 18 acres, you've got two different types of senior living options or care catering levels. One, the Fairport, you know what, I'm going to call it by its proper name here because when we
Airport
Rehab and Nursing Center is going to specialize in much higher level of care in the residents. They're going to have higher level of needs, which rises to a higher level of state regulations and licensure. And I think what they would like to do for the DeLand Acres is to sell it to a different agency or ownership group where they don't have to have those certain parameters from the state. Would that be fair?
My understanding is their business model is focused on a more narrower scope of adult care. And they want to sell off the other piece because that's not what their primary business model is. And they're going to find an operator that's more suited to handle that component. So with the special use permit, it's specific to the property. And so right now it is authorized the use of that entire parcel for both of those separate uses. And so in order for us to administratively manage our special use permits in the town with the subdivision of that property, we're going to need to have two special permits, one that governs each use. That way, if one's in compliance, one isn't in compliance, they may have different conditions attached to them moving forward. Whatever planning recommends with respect to that, it'll be much easier for us to manage that with two separate special permits once the property is subdivided.
Yes, thank you. I kind of knew that's where it was going, but sometimes to explain and get it on the record. It's the same thing where sometimes we will have a parcel owner come and ask to withdraw their conservation easement because they need to subdivide, and then we'll reapply later. Somewhat similar, right? Because now ultimately that could be no level of, it could be fully independent care, right? And they wouldn't be encumbered.
As a DeLand Acres is independent living. And my understanding is that the new operator would operate this as independent living.
If they were to change from senior independent living and just make it market rate open apartments, or would that be?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It'll be independent living over 55.
Oh yeah.
So that's the reason that if it were just open like that, then it wouldn't be. It would have to be rezoned to townhomes.
Okay, that's where I was going. I just want to make sure.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, no problem. That's where I was leading with that one, to just make sure that even by doing this, where we granted two, once a new buyer came, that they could not. So they're still bound by that special use permit in the current use of that zoning.
Yes, I
Okay,
guess
all right,
for all
thank
intents
you.
and purposes, yes.
I just want to make sure that that was out there in public too, so that there was no, no ambiguity. Thank you.
Great questions. Anything else? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the order for hearing for the proposed amendments to the special use permit for the Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Polino?
Second.
Second. Mishler, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Okay, last up for agenda items is the adoption of the standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. This is a routine and annual requirement under New York State retirement and Social Security law. It ensures that the town is properly reporting time worked for officials who participate in the New York State and local retirement system. As part of the process, certain elected officials complete a 3-month record of activities, which is then used to determine their monthly service credit for retirement purposes. Let's see. So the following adoption, the resolution. Okay, this year, 2 members of the town board have completed and submitted their documentation. 1 member is still within their allowable time frame, and in accordance with state requirements. The following adoption, the resolution will be posted for 30 days as required before being filed with the state. Is there any discussion or question?
It's just a really nice option for those of us who are, hoping to get a pension at some point in our careers.
Yes.
That we just keep a really close record of all of the daily activities that we do for this position as well. And maybe someday I'll be able to tack on to my teaching pension. I hope.
There you go.
Yeah. So we just kept close tabs of the records that we've been, all of the duties that we have here at the town board. And I'm glad I don't have to do that indefinitely. And I only have to do it for 150 days.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials as presented.
So moved.
Mishler?
Second.
Masterson, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries.
Supervisor, if I may, return to item 15 for a moment.
Yep.
As was pointed out to me a moment ago by town staff, given the intricacy of the memorandum in the town board agenda packet, I think it would be appropriate to introduce a more specific resolution for the
Great.
order of hearing to be set for July 6th at 7 p.m.
Oh, great. Okay,
So if I may request that of the town board.
add the date in.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yep, I didn't even do that. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the order for hearing for the proposed amendments to the special use permit for the Fairport Rehab and Nursing Center for July 6th at 7 p.m.
So moved on the amended version.
Okay, Felino?
And second on the amended.
Mishler? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I do not have any updates today. I'm going to open it up to the board for updates before public comment. No.
We have a sustainability meeting coming up this week on Thursday at 7 p.m. and it is open to the public. It'll be our second fully staffed sustainability meeting. So we're looking forward to it. We have our chair in the audience tonight, Jeff Meyer. So thank you for coming. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to open up for public comment. If you are here today, raise your hand. I'll call on you. If you are at home and zooming in, please hit the raise your hand button and Chris will unmute you when it's your turn. Is anybody here in the audience that wants to come up? Oh, yes, sir, please.
Freeland, Old Stonefield Way. I just wanted to say thanks for the board. I think I can speak for the affected homeowners on Old Stonefield Way that they really appreciate your support in this. And I also want to thank Jason Kennedy and his folks for their continuing support on an ongoing basis. So thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
No one's raised their hand, Ms. Supervisor.
No one? Okay. If there's no one else, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mishler?
Second.
Masterson, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries. Thank you very much, everyone. The next town board meeting will be on Monday, July 6th. Same place at 7 p.m.